Almost everyone has an amusement park they went to as a kid. For some, it's a small park with one or two coasters and lots of flat rides. For others, it's parks like Cedar Point or Six Flags. These are the stories of those parks and the times we had there. These are the Theme Park Files. Over the past summer, my friend Brennan and I took a trip to Erie, PA to visit a small amusement park called Waldemere. While the visit to the park was a great time, and we will likely be going back as they are adding a new credit to the park for the 2020 season, something about the trip confused me. The park offered a total of 4 credits at the time: Comet, the oldest coaster in the park; Steel Dragon, a spinning coaster manufactured by Mariner Rides; and Ravine Flyers II and III, the latter of these being a steel kiddie coaster. Seeing the names of these coasters made me wonder, what happened to the original Ravine Flyer? Ravine Flyer opened in 1922 and was designed by John A. Miller. This coaster was partially built over Peninsula Drive, much like Ravine Flyer II is today. The coaster operated successfully without any incidents until 1938. During August of that year, May Search and her brother Clarence were visiting Waldemere from the nearby city of Pittsburgh and decided to take a ride on the coaster. As the train reached the bottom of the dip over Peninsula Drive, the ride stopped and began to drift back towards the bottom of the dip. While the ride was traveling backwards, Clarence stood up to see if another train was coming behind them. He lost his balance and fell off the coaster, falling 18 feet to Peninsula Drive below him. He fractured his skull and later passed away at St. Vincent Hospital. After an investigation, it was determined that one of the car's wheels had locked up, causing the train to slow down and eventually stop. The court decided the defective structure was unsafe and ordered the ride to be condemned. Not long after this, the ride was torn down, only to be remembered by a few pictures, the station, which has since been turned into a picnic area, and the story of what happened to Clarence. Ravine Flyer II now sits in the place where this first coaster stood. Manufactured by the Gravity Group, this hybrid coaster features a top speed of 60 miles an hour and a 120-foot drop off the lift hill. While Ravine Flyer II crosses over Peninsula Drive like its predecessor, it arcs over a bridge rather than dipping down. This change encloses the track above the road to prevent a similar incident from occurring. The coaster pays tribute to the original, as well as offering new experiences for riders. The ride's 90-degree banked turns and overall smooth track make it a must for wooden roller coaster enthusiasts. And if that's not enough, the coaster has been placed in the top 10 by the Golden Ticket Awards for Best Wooden Roller Coaster the past 10 years. While the story of the original Ravine Flyer is somewhat lost in time, what was learned was not forgotten. Coasters now include warnings and signs letting people know the dangers of not being properly secured, as well as advising riders not to stand up on the train. While the odds of something happening to a rider are low, they increase if these safety measures and warnings are ignored. So please, be safe, don't stand up, and I'll see you on the lift hill.